Hello Luxury Home Show, I'm Alice Temperley, I'm a designer. Welcome to my home in Somerset. And this room leads into the main sitting room. Beautiful sofas made for me by Italian Solutions. So this is without a doubt, I think, the most beautiful room in England. This circular ceiling is insane. So this is Cricket Court, this is Guinness, this is our home. Bit of context about this amazing house that I'm the custodian of right now. So amazing history with the house. The walls and the ice house and the foundations date back to before Norman conquest. And then in the beginning of the 16th century, William the Conqueror's brother built it, and it was a castle at that point. And then over the years it came down, and then in the beginning of the 18th century the Pitt family bought it and built it up. And I think if you go inside and you see these amazing domes and the amazing ceilings, there's sort of definitely Zome's inspiration within the building. And Beaverbrook owned it, so he had this amazing history of Churchill actually coming before the D-Day landings and having all of the European allies come and sit in the library upstairs, which is the most amazing room. So when I stumbled across Cricket Court, I really didn't know it existed because I knew the moors the other side of Somerset where my family farm is. And a friend's daughter introduced me to the house and saying, like, it's crazy enough for Alice because Alice is crazy, so let's introduce her to the house. And I walked in and I fell in love with it. So it has the most amazing history, and the fact that it's not more known I think is amazing. It's sort of tucked away in Somerset on the Devon and sort of Dorset kind of corner of the borders, and it's 15 minutes away from the Somerset levels where I grew up, and it is magical. And people have explained it like an inside-out wedding Esher cake, because all the proportions inside don't make any sense. So for somebody called Alice who plays on Alice in Wonderland, it's the perfect house, I think. It's totally impractical, so come and have a look. So when you walk into Cricket Court, you've got this amazing double height hallway, which is like the Zome inspired. So you have the painted dome above. It's completely impractical, but completely beautiful. And you've got all these amazing pillars. So if in this house, even if you open cupboards or if you look around corners or something, the decoration and the detail is completely bananas. And seeing as my work's all about detail, I love it. But you can also see sort of the madness in the perfectionist whoever designed this house. And to reproduce this house would be really difficult now. In the hallway, I have my amazing Western saddle. It's for my Shire horse that I had made. So this is basically here to remind me that I should be going riding with my riding boots. And then the amazing Art Deco mirrored piece. I love mirrors and I love chandeliers, so you'll see them all over the house. We'll go through to the kitchen. The kitchen, this is Romo wallpaper that we designed with our collaboration, our big interior collaboration with them. So all of the fabrics you'll see in the house, the leopard, the wallpapers, all the curtains are from that Romo collaboration. So this is keys that relates back to our collections with Temperley. Beautiful mirrored table that came out of a chateau in France. Again, green velvet is also from our Romo collection. So decorative things everywhere. So this is our cosy kitchen, and it's in this amazing oxblood red, which is one of my favourite colours. Aga obviously is incredibly important, seeing as we grew up with one on the farm up the road. And this beautiful marble counter is also local, and you can see things like the 1920s posters and things on the wall. I love this mirror by my friend Candice Bahuth. I did my work experience with her when I was 14, so I collect quite a lot of her work. She's an amazing mosaicist, and she makes tapestry, and she's a brilliant, eccentric English Somerset designer as well. I love my 50s diner chairs, particularly because they are red to match the kitchen, and also my French brasserie mirrors that I bought in Paris. So this is where we have cosy winter dinners in the house. There's a dining room for more formal and big lunches, and then outside in the summer is on the terrace. But this is really cosy in the winter, especially with the Aga. And in a house like this, obviously, smaller, cosier rooms in the winter are definitely advisable. So this is the piano room, and this leads into our sitting room. In here is quite a different collected mix of things. As a beautiful rug I made at Axminster Carpets up the road, our Romo fabric on the top, we've got Romo fabric on the curtains, got the French chandelier and French vintage lace, and this is a really lovely, very subtle foil printed leopard wallpaper with Romo. It's very subtle, which I love. And this room leads into the main sitting room. Beautiful sofas made for me by Italian Solutions, and they used our beautiful Mimi velvet, which is from the collaboration with Romo fabric, and it's a beautiful cut velvet jacquard, so it feels amazing. The carpet I designed at Axminster Rugs down the road, and I would very happily design anybody bespoke carpets because I absolutely love doing it. A brilliant, amazing factory down the road. The curtains also, and the textiles you can see here is also Romo, and this is our Euphoria print. I've got beautiful things like original Bolero bullfighting jackets on the wall. So basically my house is not in any way designed as such, it's just full of stuff that I've collected from everywhere. You have a puffer fish, a top hat, and nothing is really thought about, but it just ends up working together because it's stuff that I've collected. And you've even got a soldier's hat if you feel like it. Beautiful things that we have also designed are this backgammon board gets a lot of use. It's designed by my friend Alexandra Llewellyn, and she's used Temperley elements in the board, and they're amazing. Her gaming boards are definitely the best. And everything else is just sort of gifts and things that have been given. And the amazing fires that I have in both rooms as well are responsible for our winter heat. So we have lots of wood and the fires that kick out lots of heat. The amazing paint on the wall was from Colourman Paints, a local company that do beautiful chalk-based paints. And the beauty of this room is you've got 3 big windows in the room next door, but it opens out onto the terrace. So in the summer, or anytime it's warm, those doors are flown open and there's a big fire pit outside and long tables outside, and that's where entertaining happens. So the fact that it's just got incredible light is great. And you can also close all the doors off to the hallway and everywhere else, and quite easy to warm these things up, which is important to think about in an English country house. The other thing I love in this room is those 1930s glass lamps that I bought from Le Chien de Coul on Golborne Road, and also the beautiful golden palm, which is a really beautiful thing to have, and it lights up. Come into here, the dining room. This is a beautiful arch here as you enter, and you've got the amazing ceiling that was original plasterwork from the 1800s. This room's really, really important because Sunday lunches round at my house is never 3 or 4 people, it's normally 25 because I've got a big family, and I had to get a really strong table because my godfather once broke his ribs trying to dance on a weaker table, falling off it. So this very sturdy table is used a lot, and it's brilliant, and it's from Wells Cathedral. Super, super heavy, nice thick legs. It's the perfect entertaining and party table, just in case people climb on it. And round in the room here, again, just things I've collected. So it's a really beautiful counter here that I bought in Clignancourt Market in Paris after Fashion Week about 15 years ago. And the mirror is also a beautiful French piece. My hippopotamus was given to me as was a gift by my son's lovely father, Lars, and often confuses people with what it is. And somebody's obviously kissed it because there's a lipstick mark on the top of it, which is funny. I have many bottles of Azul tequila because I've just had a birthday, and they're from that. A French chandelier again. Beautiful fabrics again by us and Romo. We've got this beautiful jacquard. It's quite subtle with the flowers over the top, all embroidered. Mural by Frederick Wimsett, who's one of my best friends, who did this for me about 10 years ago for my birthday present. And he paints the most amazing houses and all sorts of fantastic things, so he's worth looking up. Beautiful red fire, responsible again for heating this amazing room whilst entertaining. And then selection of pots by Dennis Works, another Somerset designer, brilliant pottery. That is secret because this is something I'm making for a friend on my brilliant drawing board. I bought this drawing board at auction and it's big and it's fantastic, but it's a secret what's under there. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of upstairs. And this is another really beautiful hallway because you've got the sweeping staircase that goes around, the beautiful circular wooden banister, which is amazing how they made that. And then you've obviously got the arch and the light coming in here, and you've got a light well from the top. And because the house has got lots of wonky levels, it sort of goes up on 4 floors that side. And then the light well comes straight through the middle. And you can see all the beautiful plasterwork that goes around the corners and around all the arches. And I think that's a little bit why they say it looks like a wedding cake, as the layers and the detail are really beautiful. So let's go upstairs. This amazing heart was from a trip to Kenya. And the mat I made it, and it's from old sails, so cut up boat sails and then painted and embroidered, and I've always loved it. It's a special time of my life. And the details that I was talking about earlier are amazing, how they all go round the corners and around and in all the cupboards. So it's just a little bit of the sort of quirkiness of the house. And it leads into lots of these different layers. So this is the mid layer, and then there's another mid layer, and then it kind of goes all the way topsy-turvy all the way up. So this is one of the bathrooms, and again, it's got our wallpaper like the curtain fabric downstairs, the Euphoria, which comes in about 4 colours from Romo. And one of the details I like the most actually is this circular door. It's amazing how it's actually curved. I just think details like that in this house are so bananas, and you can live here for ages and then you thought, hold on a minute, how on earth did they make that? It's amazing. One of the quirky things in this house is about the split levels. So this is a split level bathroom. So there's the one on top of each other. This I call his bathroom, which is for my guests, and then my bathroom is above. And it splits with this little half staircase that goes up to my room. And you'll see little things like that, and these curved doors are things I love about this house. This room is next to the bathroom. Again, eclectic things that I've collected and made, and it might not be for everybody, but this is definitely my home, and it's not a show home. So evidence of magazines and books that have been read, things and rugs and quilts and things like layers. It's like a bit like Princess and the Pea. So layers and layers of our silk quilts that I love. Beautiful lace in the windows and framed embroidery that was from my grandmother. So again, not for everybody, but it's my collection of things, and it's not a stylized show home, but it's my home and I love it. So this comes up onto what I call my floor. And you can see the split levels, and that goes up to the attic where my son is in, right at the top. And then there's a few bedrooms up there and a few bedrooms down there, my bedroom in there, and then opens up onto this amazing hallway. I took my son's old bedroom, a little one, in to be a walk-in wardrobe because I make clothes and I've got too many clothes. This is the dome ceiling. It's a little bit like Zome's, and has this amazing balustrade that looks down to the hallway, and these beautiful old, really, really old wooden parquet flooring. This space is quite funny. My boyfriend thinks that because my bedroom is there and my wardrobe is there, that this basically is like my dressing room, which is really opulent and really over the top. But you can see shoes here and clothes there, and often a suitcase being packed on the chaiselong there. So I guess it's kind of just true. But it is the most amazing feature of the house, because when you walk in the front door, you're kind of like, wow, this is really unusual. It doesn't make sense. And that's the sort of fantasy Alice in Wonderland side of the house, that nothing does make sense, and that's why I like it, especially the next room. So this is without a doubt, I think, the most beautiful room in England. This circular ceiling is insane. And it has all these beautiful double height windows, wooden windows with shutters, with the arches above. And the light in here is amazing. And about 5 o'clock every day in this house, you can just see the amazing view over there to the Blackdown Hills. And you can see that there's really nothing. There's no sort of noise at night with light pollution or anything. It's so beautiful. And to be up here as well in storms, and the clouds are often very low. It's very romantic. So I am very passionate, as you can see, about this room. And I always like testing people to say, what is unusual about this room? What makes it special? And it's very interesting for me, and I think a massive tell of a character who can look at a fireplace like that and say, how does that work? Where's the flue? And because obviously it's a fire beneath the window, and it's in this beautiful old room, and it's so clever how the flues go to the left and right up behind the bookcases. And so that's a really special feature, to have the fire underneath the window. There are other things in this room that I love. Obviously, these amazing sofas. The sofa's made by a company called Succession, and I covered them recently in the fabric. It's another one of our Romo fabrics. As I did with these Chesterfield style chairs, I've covered them in the velvet. So yeah, this room has got historical and magic, as well as obviously it's genuinely very, very beautiful. I'm incredibly lucky to be able to sit at my desk there. So when the fire is roaring, so I'm quite excited for winter, I can sit at my desk and look at the fire. And my office leads in from this room here, so I can close people out if I feel like it, and then I can sit and be part of this room if I feel like it. So my office is a mess because I am normally incredibly busy. Don't have time to watch TV. I'm time here. There's papers everywhere. And this is my little snug office. It also overlooks the moors and outside. So this is my secret space. This is my room. It's got this most beautiful ceiling. It's amazing that it's survived as original until today. And my crazy massive bed that was a specially made bed, and we covered it in the leopard fabric for our Romo launch. And the Elizabeth Rains plaque I couldn't resist from the store Alice's on Portobello Road. This beautiful rug, I collect these rugs from a friend in Turkey. They're all over our stores on Sloane Street and our HQ down here in Somerset. Love the colour, and I love the fact it's not like a typical Keelam. It sort of seems modern, but it's obviously a vintage rug. The room is really nice because it's kind of circular and it's next to the library. So you've got these two big doors here that will open up, and then most of the time the doors are open. Actually, it's just now started to close them for winter. But you've got this amazing green and all the trees outside, so it feels like you're, above a forest. It's very, very lovely. What I love about this room too is you can see the split level. So you have the his and hers, we call it. And this, I think, is the thing of the house that people love the most, because it is incredibly unusual to have the master bedroom and then you've got the split level. And we've been through the one downstairs, so this is my one upstairs. And again, this bathroom is not for everybody, but I don't care because it's my bathroom. And I have my disco tiled bath that I did late one night with a girlfriend of mine, covered in sort of broken mirrors. And I have leopard walls from the flocked wallpaper from Romo. These little vintage chairs that I covered when I lived in Portobello. And just a collection of little bits and pieces, French lace in the window, our pink velvet with our tassel in the windows. And again, it's my bathroom, so just full of my clutter. So this, I know I need to change the bulbs. So this is the split level, leads through to the library, and this leads off into the different bedrooms. And in there you see some of my collections of fabric. The wallpaper again is our wallpaper, the quilts I've designed, the curtain fabric I've designed, and the beds. I love those vintage iron beds. They're from Wessex Beds, and another brilliant local Somerset supplier. and with a collection of my family's artworks and things on the wall. So this side of the house is very different to the front, where you have all the pillars and the kind of grand entrance. This is where you really see the layers of the house. It's very quirky. This is the other side of the house. So this in the summer is where we're entertaining. In the summer it's very beautiful because it's all planted and the flowers are out. I have long tables for the lunches outside. And then we go and we see the amazing view over here. We've got an amazing cat eye ball that is cooking pretty much non-stop in the summer, and the best thing about this terrace is underneath is the last remaining bear pit in England, where men and bears, when William the Conqueror's time, when they were around, would be a thing. Apparently the men would fight bears. So underneath here is where they would be, and then sitting on this wall and looking down there is where the men and the bears would fight. So that's kind of quite wacky. The age of the house, the stories of the house, the details of the house, and it's all a bit mad, but that's why I love it. It's a very, very beautiful place to be lucky enough to be this time of my life. Thank you very much, Luxury Home Show, for coming along to see my house in Somerset. If you'd like to see anything more, learn anything more about the house or what I do, you can see all the details below. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Hello Luxury Home Show, my name's Cathy Hurst. I'm an interiors journalist and this is my home in the Cotswolds. Come and take a look.